Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not um sure what's. Hey everybody, it's Cake with Kelsey. I am your host, Kelsey, and I'm here with Loretta. Say hello, Loretta.
Hey, good night, everybody. Loretta from Black Box Beauty.
So that's the logo you're seeing up there. We're
Yeah.
going to be popping up, switching logos and everything. Um, yeah. Thanks for joining me this week.
Oh, no problem. Always up
um,
for a chat.
of course, I know this, but now this is a public chat, not one of our little private ones. Um, so how you been?
I've been good.
Yeah,
Good. I can't complain. And then if I did, who cares, right?
right. Busy as usual, I guess.
Always,
Yeah, yeah,
always.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know if I was telling you, no, I don't think it was you I was speaking to about the Bad Boy reunion show. Are you going? Are you going to be in New York that weekend?
Uh,
May
mm,
20th, 21st?
no, probably not.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I was so wanting to go. But the show apparently sold out both nights. So, um I'm sure scalpers
Oh,
have a
that
lot of
should
those
be
tickets.
good. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's a show.
Wow.
That's a show, and
You know
it's
what?
Bad Boy. So,
It's almost like that makes me feel like it would be so good. Like what you remember when Lil Kim came on the was it the BET award when she I'm a bummer with the B, huh? And she came
mhm.
out of the floor.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, that was so lit.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
So it's her. There's, I mean, Jay-Z's on the show. Okay, you know what? Something's going on here. I'm sorry to interrupt,
what
but we
happened?
got Kinetic trying to connect, and I don't know what's going on. So,
Oh, you can't.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. So if I sound a little distracted, people, that's what it is.
Okay.
Let me see what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna do something really crazy and try to take this call on my tablet. Hold up. Do you hear the vibrate? I'm sorry, people, but this is live. This is real. This is what it is. So if you're not entertained, I'm sorry. Hey, what's going on? Where are you?
Who? Oh, him.
No, but you're on my tablet and my tablet's going crazy and we can't hear you. You're not on the call. So I don't know what's going on. And we need you here. Okay, so you know what? Can you I don't know what's going on. This is crazy, but try again. Please hang up and try again. People, it this is cake, but we're just trying to figure it out here. My tablet's gone crazy. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm sorry. Okay. This is so crazy. Okay, Loretta, we got it. We got to just continue our chat because I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's going on here. We've
Mm.
never had this problem before, but this is it. It's technology. There's issues, and we're actually getting into technology, more specifically social media and how it plays into our lives these days and stuff like that. And there are glitches and problems and issues and that pop up from time to time, and we just got to work around them. So hopefully Kinetic will be able to get through and join this call. I know he was just in a meeting and had to kind of maneuver things so he could join us. So hopefully he'll be on in a minute. But yeah, we were talking about the show. The crazy thing about the show though, that I don't know if you heard this last week, but Biggie's daughter Tiana, so
Mm-hmm.
she went off on Puff last week on Twitter, calling him out for not giving her tickets, not supplying her with tickets to the show. And you would think that she would be like top of the list, right? The show, it's her father, the two kids for sure would be set up. So she didn't get tickets. So she went on to Twitter, called him out saying, no tickets. And she got real personal and actually said, yeah, Puff does nothing for our family and she's tired of lying for his lame ass and stuff like that. So she
Mm-mm.
kind of, yeah. And I just thought, now he replied, they they talked it out, squashed it, and he was like, okay, it's all love and it's all good. And then she came back and retweeted and said, okay, it's all good, before deleting all her tweets. But I don't know how you come back from calling someone. I don't know, I thought it was her godfather, a lame ass, and like, and this is the thing about social media, it's right at our fingertips. And I find a lot of people, as soon as they feel something, they catch feelings, they have emotions about something. Some people, they take right to social media and to express themselves, and then hey, and then
Hey.
end up there. You
Oh
go.
man.
Gosh, I don't know what was going on. And then, you know, they take to social media to express themselves, and
Mhm.
then afterwards it's like, oops, you know what I mean? And then they delete, but I'm like, you deleted it, but you can't really delete it from people's minds. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
it's once it's out there, it's out there, right? So
And how old is she again? Like
I
she's
yeah,
young, right?
she's pretty young.
And I
And
find that's what's happening. Like a lot of those like really young people are doing
mhm,
this thing on social media. Like they're just ranting like about
mhm.
personal stuff. And it's like,
Mm,
what is happening?
no,
Like,
it's true, but it is not limited to the young. Trust me. I see some grown, everyday, regular people putting a little too much information online. But you know, I mean, it's kind of good in a way if people, if this is a way for people to release and vent. It, I guess, it is a positive versus them, I don't know, going and being physical with it or
sure.
suppressing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I don't know, but that was one thing, and yeah. So Kinetic, you made it in.
I somehow got here. Yay.
Okay, we're good. I'm sorry. I just had to shut my tablet down. I don't know what was going on. I don't know, but you kept coming through there. So as we were saying, you know, these are the issues that come up with technology and social media. And I'm hearing a lot of background noise. So whoever that is.
That's
Mm.
not
Oh,
me.
sorry. Somebody's popping popcorn.
It's not
Okay.
me this time. It's not me
Good
this time.
Lord. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. Welcome to our home, people. But once again, it's this is Cake with Kersey. Thanks for joining. I see a lot of people joining the call, and I am Kersey. Loretta Thomas is who you see on the screen, Black Box Beauty, and of course we got Kinetic back. Thank you very much.
Hey.
And we're talking tonight about social media and just how much of your personal life you put out there on whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the idea of privacy versus is, you know, how sacred are certain things to you. So we're going to get into how different people use it and the effects, I guess, kind of. We'll talk about that.
Mhm.
Not yeah, because there are a lot of things that pop out of social media, like issues, problems, arguments, drama, um, for what people post and what people don't post. So we'll get more into that. Another thing I was reading up on that popped up last week was I actually have the Raptors game on in front of me. The Nick Young, D'Angelo Russell, Lakers players, right? You guys heard about that?
A
Uh,
little bit, a little
yeah,
bit.
I'm not very versed on what
Okay,
happened.
so Nick, yeah, you know they both play for the Lakers, and actually, by the way, Kobe's last game tomorrow. So
Yes.
we'll have a little moment of silence for that. For all
Bye.
you watching. What? Stop it. Yeah. No, it's kind of, you know, it's a big
Yeah,
moment
it
in
is. It
basketball.
is. It
End of a
is.
dynasty and era.
What's that?
End of a dynasty and era.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. But he'll still be around. That's the beauty of it, him being so young, and he'll definitely be a
Doing
player
great
in some
things.
way in the NBA. So yeah, but that game's on tomorrow night, so that should be kind of cool to watch. So now D'Angelo Russell is a young player with the Lakers. Nick Young also plays for the Lakers, and he's engaged to Iggy Azalea, that rapper, if you want to call her that. I don't know what's going on with her. So and this is crazy when it comes to social media because people do things like this. I've heard of real life situations, which I'll see what I can actually get into here. But so apparently they were in a hotel room, I
Hmm.
guess at an away game or whatever,
Oh yeah, I've
and
seen
Nick
this.
Young was laying on the bed on his laptop, whatever. Russell was questioning him about um, relations he's had with other women. You
Hmm.
remember he's engaged, right? So um, and he's asking about women he's hooked up with and what's the youngest and whatever other questions he asked. I finally just watched it the other day. It was a very brief video. But, and then at the end of it, he had the nerve to say, well, thanks for answering to my camera or something like that. So he was actually taping his teammate, his friend, I guess I'll use that loosely, but he was recording his answers, and that mysteriously ended up being leaked and put online for the world to see, including, of course, Iggy Azalea, Nick's fiance, who was a little, who appreciated the heads up, right? So she tweeted out like, yeah, I saw the video, I like it, whatever, kind of, because, you know, right? And, but what kind of snake, like, that's the ultimate, like, I didn't even want to touch on this one first.
But the joke is they have to be on the same team. Like, that's so crazy. Like,
yeah, and
if that really is what happened, like, I gotta see you every day.
Well, it is, because he actually apologized for it, this young cat. And I'm like, what makes you even think, like, you could look at it in so many ways, like, what makes you even think you could, like, why would you even want to take your camera out and think, or even think you can violate someone like that? Like, just record a conversation without someone's knowledge, and then why would you do it? You know what I mean? Just the yeah, I don't know. And the fact that cameras are everywhere, recording devices are everywhere, people have them in their purses, their pockets, everywhere you go, you just never know when, like, you think about it, like, anyone you're talking to, it could be made public at any point. So I think that's kind of scary. I've heard some real life situations. One situation I'll get into, I'll actually share. I don't even know the names of the people because I heard, but they were at a get together at a house, and people were being open and honest, like, you know, drinks was flowing and people are talking about their personal situation. And as this man's telling a story, this woman starts, she's like, yo, this story sounds kind of familiar to me. So she's taking it and she's like, I think I heard this. I guess she heard it from her friend. So she takes her phone out, takes a picture of dude, sends it to her friend with a little message of what's being discussed, and friend was now able to link the guy, say, where are you? And I hear you're talking all this stuff. So this man is now left to look around the room like, who is it? Like, who here knows her? You know what I mean? It's so messy. And I'm thinking, how do you deal with something like that? Like, why would you even do that? And then, like, I don't know. It just blows my mind to know that anything I say or do can be, like, used against me at any point. And it's,
oh my gosh, I could speak to that.
No, it's in someone else's, like, it's they just make a decision right on the spot to just record me, tweet it out, send it out. Crazy. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying, like, that sounds like something personal that happened to me in a way, but it wasn't. I wasn't even there. Like, I don't even know. People just made up stuff. Like, you know?
Oh, okay.
Right? It was just like, and I was so shocked when it happened that I didn't even, like, ask for proof. Like, it was just like, what? This sounds crazy. That doesn't even sound like me. Like, people are dangerous. Like, you just don't know. You know?
Crazy.
Well, I think personally, if what has happened is, you know what, you've touched on it. I think what has happened is a generational thing that has become a normalized thing, a normalized movement. I always go with the old adage now that, you know, was meant for our prime ministers and our senators and, you know, of the state side as well as the Canadian side, you know, is that the camera is always on. You have to live that way now. Like, the camera is always on, because we grew up with Polaroids and, you know, or I can't speak for everybody, I can speak for myself. I grew up with Polaroids and pictures and things of that nature. That was as instantaneous as it got for us. And, you know, the video recorder or the camcorder was, you know, huge. So you could tell that you're being recorded. Now you have these micro, mini recorders, these phones. Everybody has a phone with a video, which is standardized now. And depending on your I guess depending on your mentality, you know, there's just people that love drama.
Mm-hmm.
We all have, you know, we all have them in our crew. We all have them as friends. If you don't have one, then you are one. You know, there's always somebody in your crew that is drama. You know, that brings the ruckus, or you know.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, all depends on your mentality. You know, you know, they say misery loves company. So, you know, if we're gonna go into the whys, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, people might not want to be in their misery alone, or they might, you know, there's a bunch of frenemies out there. You know, you're in a relationship and they secretly hate you or hate what you're accomplishing, but you know, they want to expose you, right? Or expose your life because they don't want to be in it alone.
True, but I think whether or not, yeah, definitely, because people use social media for different reasons, and what I post and don't post, or what I post is very different from like people that I know, even, you know what I mean? And they're very open with what they post online as far as their personal life. I have my limits for different reasons, and again, I think like it blows my mind when people come online and I can tell you what is happening in their personal life just by reading
Right.
their status updates or looking at their pictures. I know when they broke up. I know when she's good. I know when they traveled. I know where. Like I could tell their whole life, and I guess it's a little different. I guess for all of us too, because we use our social media for like for business as well. Or mainly, like I know for me, most of my accounts are for business. Like we can go back to Facebook. When I first hopped on Facebook, this was like 2007. I don't know if she's listening, but I actually was invited on by a friend who wanted me to check out this chick's page. And she was like, yeah, but you got to be a friend. You got to like get in and get on in order to check out the page. And it was innocent. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just, but that was my first introduction. I got on, didn't really use it. And then at the time I had started doing promo things. So I was like, this would be a good way to reach people. And this is before it, you know, people got killed with the flyers and everything like that. So it was a good time to hop on. So that's what I was using it for. And I guess because why I was using it, I filtered, like I saw it just in that way. It was, although I did put like my pictures up and I would post some of my personal things, but I knew that it wasn't like some people I knew who probably just had 10 friends, and it was very controlled and it was private, so they felt a little more comfortable. And so but still I would see their news feed, things come up in their news feed, and I was like, it would blow my mind. But I guess we got to look at it from where we stand, like how we use it. But saying that, I know some people who would probably never share certain information. I think sometimes when you're in, you kind of get caught up, and you see everybody else doing it, so you feel like, okay, this is kind of standard, like I have to show things if I'm here. And then you get people calling you out like, yo, you never post anything, what's going on with you? And it's almost like you kind of, some people I think almost feel not pressured, but like you have to, a little pressure to post things and to show things, or else you look like you're just lurking, you know what I mean?
Well, the only thing on that front and aspect I can identify with, that for me personally, I use social media to promote my peoples and my acquired wisdom, or just cool stuff that I may see. You'll very rarely see me post my personal life, you know, or anything of that nature. As of late, I've been like, a lot of people always calling me out and saying, hey, you never post pictures. And I don't know if you've noticed, Karen, over the last like month, every time I go out, I only post pictures of me going out just for content, not necessarily to share my life.
Whatever, you just
I'll
think
never do that. You'll never know.
You just think you're hot,
Sorry?
and you wanna.
There you go. Right, there it is. I've been called out.
There you
Yeah, no,
go.
but that's all it is. It's just really true to the people that I
Just for us, for our pleasure.
yeah, but the people that follow, so they can connect to a face versus just a meme or or things of that nature. As of late, it was for the last, I guess, 3 years that I've been on Instagram, or maybe 2.5 years, 3 years I've been on Instagram. For me personally, it's always been memes. It's just been funny stuff, content, wisdom or direction or motivational stuff. It's never been, my family or my personal pictures or anything of that nature, because I refuse to be that guy. But as I said, I could totally identify with what you said in terms of being kind of pressured, because people say, hey, post a picture, or where's that picture that we took, or something of that nature. So that's as far as I will go. My rules are kind of for social media is, if it's me, fine. If it has to do with somebody else, never, unless I have their permission. I'll take a picture with you. I'll be like, I'm gonna post this on Instagram. That cool? And if you tell me yeah, then that's when I'll post it. But I'll never put my people's images or life or my personal, my personal happenings on social media for the world to see. I've never been that guy. I've always been a private guy in that sense. So I don't know where you guys stand on it.
And Loretta, you kind of mix it up, right? Or is it with your different accounts? Like, how do you?
Yeah, like I mix it up because it kind of reflects me. Like I am not like I wouldn't say like I'm a private person, right? Like I'm not like a closed door. Like I'm very much an open person, right? So if you meet me and you have a conversation with me, I'm very like, I wear my heart on my sleeve type of person. So, I mean, it's not like I tell people all my personal business, because there's all parts of me, right? But on my social media, I open up, I think I open up more than some people that I see like about myself. Like the only thing that I don't really post is like a lot about my relatives or my my like romantic relationships. Like I don't really, because I'm not married, right? I'm just like, I date or whatever. So for me to like always be, if I'm dating somebody and then it doesn't work out, like I'm gonna keep posting different dudes on the page, that looks like whack, like
right.
Or I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm so in love, oh he and hi, like nah, I don't do that, until I feel like until I'm like married, maybe then you'll see me post a spouse, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Right. And then I post my kids too, because for my business and all, like I portray myself a certain way, like I'm a mom and I'm trying to do a bunch of different things with myself. Business wise, and like I want other women to relate to me, right? Like I try to be relatable, like so like that's my viewer, right? So I'm like, well, you could do it too, like if you're a mom, you can run
handle
business,
everything. Right.
And
still
that's how I look at it. And like and also I am very open and transparent. Like I'll have a conversation about whatever in my life with you. So that's how I portray myself on social media. When you see me on social media, you see me in person, the same person.
Yeah. No, that's true. That you are who you are. It's funny you touch on that, because so Usain Bolt, he's I remember reading something a little while ago about him and his relationship. Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, they're still dating, and last week she was on Ellen's show. Ellen asked her about the ring, saying, okay, is this an engagement ring? She said, nah, it's not. This is like one of 2 rings she's received. She's going to when the next one she receives will be the official engagement ring, whatever. But what was interesting was she said she's not really comfortable anymore with opening up and speaking about her relationship, or even claiming to be in a relationship, because as soon as you do that, it's like people come at you about your relationship. They feel they can comment, and she said people are actually mean about things. So right now she's at the point where she just feels like, no, I'm single, just whatever. And within minutes, all the gossip sites and the so-called news sites, whatever media, they throw up, oh, Nikki announces she's single. And it's the same thing that she's saying. It's like as soon as you say something, they run with it. They create this story. It's headlines. It's, you know.
We are in an instantaneous now culture where, you know what, something happens in football and there's 20 different memes up there automatically, or within seconds. It amazes me how quickly people are quick or creative, and the tools that we have to manipulate things automatically it's not even like within minutes or hours, it's within seconds. 30 seconds something happens, there's a whole video clip done. So if you say something, automatically it's how it's interpreted, it's going to be put out there instantaneously. So she said, no, I consider myself single. And we talked about her being, we talked about drama people. Well, she's in the spotlight, but she is also a drama queen, right? So automatically people are going to come at her because she has this diva, I guess, persona that she puts out there. She wants to be, the new queen bee. I am the diva of all divas. So people are going to love to hate her.
True, but at the same time, I think be honest, be real with it, and it's just she didn't say that, and I think these people are intelligent enough to know. And I mean, take it away from Nicki Minaj, like that's an example of someone who says, you know what, it's kind of like, to me, you put it out there like you're in a relationship, you tell your friend stuff.
Right.
As soon as you open that door and you tell somebody your business, you're giving them an invitation basically to comment.
Well, she actually did say it was very much left to interpret, because what I got from that was that, you know what, we're still figuring ourselves out. We don't know, and I would consider myself single. You cannot misinterpret that.
Nah, she didn't really say that. She said, I'm just going to say I'm single. I just want to say I'm single to avoid all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
again, I guess that's how I interpreted what I saw.
But then the question is, was it really what she said, or is it how everybody, how people took it,
perceive it,
put it out there? And I don't mind it. It's entertaining. Like I like seeing the headlines. Like actually, you mentioned
cake with kerosene.
Right? I'm not in a front. I like it. Some of it's funny. It's entertaining. It's drama. Yeah, I like it. Yes. However. But, I'm not in for hurting people or, bending the truth and lying. It's the same thing, like when I mentioned Usain Bolt. He said him and this, his young lady he's been seeing kind of on the low for a minute. And he says he told her, like, listen, we got to kind of keep it like this. And he's talking about the bigger media, because Usain Bolt is worldwide. You know what I mean? And he says, listen, as soon as we put it out there, they are going to come at you. They are going to dissect you from head to toe. Like, she's a beautiful woman, by the way.
Who is she? I didn't even see the picture.
Oh, she's so cute. Actually, I put it on Instagram a while ago. So if you scroll down on Cake with Care C people, at the bottom you'll see them together. I forget her name right now, or I would tell you to look her up, but she has like a lot of pictures. Super cute. I think she's an intelligent girl, like just so, and they make a nice couple. The other day at Carnival, they were out though. He had her up on, like, holding her up and kissing her up in the public. So it's not like he's hiding her. I think he's getting a little more comfortable with coming out now. But he told her that the reason we're just trying to keep it down is as people will come for us, you know what I mean, as a couple, and even maybe make things up and put it in her face just to destroy their happiness. Like you said, Kim, like, people are haters. There's a lot of haters out there. And there's haters that I'm sure he created by bullshitting them and then, them wanting to, hurt him back or something. So, but that actually brings me to another point of, and I've experienced it, is when you're in a relationship and you don't want to put it out there, and you don't want to post pictures. And I've had people say, would you ever put a picture up? And I'm like, no, because okay, I'm hearing people.
Why am I hearing all that feedback?
I think we have a new, yeah, we have another call. Like I was going to introduce her. Hi, we see you now. She's let me hear if your mic is up forever. Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
hey, sorry.
Hi. Oh, okay. So yeah,
Hi.
it was you. We heard ruffling back. I wanted to introduce you in a second and let everybody else, let some other people know that they can call in at some point. But let me just finish up my point of sometimes when you want to keep it off air and keep it private, I am a private person when it comes to my personal relationships, very private, to the point where I've heard people say things about me, and and private's a nice word to say, to call it, compared to what some people think. But that really doesn't bother me, because honestly, when I'm in a relationship, it's really between two people.
Right.
And
I agree with that 100%.
right? And so I get why he says that. But then some people do catch feelings. They're like, okay, well, why don't you put it up? And are you hiding something? And then they start buying into the BS. And it's like, really? But I really don't let the pressure get to me. But that could in itself cause a problem in your relationship. You trying to save it from the haters out there, and your person kind of feeling like you're hiding them. And yeah.
Well, that's exactly. Remember, I don't know if you recall, on I think our first conversation, I touched on that personal aspect of two. Like, I was in a 9.5-year relationship, and just being in the I guess, quote unquote, the Toronto public eye, nobody knew that. It's not that I was hiding that. That was more of my safe place, my quiet time, my my zone. That was just where it's kind of like that was me and her, and she wasn't the type to go out. She wasn't the type. She wasn't in the public life. She was a quiet person, and me being being a promoter and in some of the hottest clubs for 15 years, kind of thing. It got to the point where, for me personally, I tried to protect that. I wanted to make sure that we had our personal thing. Like, I never hid her per se. Nobody knew who she was, but they knew I was in a relationship. Right? Versus the other aspect where you just you touched on. You said my 4.5, something like that, which I've coined it, is where it's like, what, I felt where I was hidden, and so it was kind of like, all right, well, you know what, you're not proud of me, you don't want to be in this, like, whatever, was it become a promoter, you don't want everybody to know that I'm with you, like, you have other things going on in your life, like, what is it, so that kind of contributed to I guess, our demise, where it was like, all right, you know what, when you know what time it is, and you can tell me or let the world know, then you let me know.
This is very interesting what you're saying. I want you to elaborate on that, like, because this view is something
because it's coming from a man.
No, not necessarily. It's just like, say, the type of industry that you're in, right?
Okay.
Like like you said, you're a promoter and you're out there in the public eye. You were a promoter, sorry. And and you were out there in the public eye, and
right.
You had this like thing that you just didn't want your relationship to be known, because you didn't want people really in your business, or you said it's like your safe haven, or like,
exactly, because you got to remember, when you're and I got you, if so, I totally understand, so I'll run with it. When you're a promoter in a city, or a DJ, or a baseball player or a basketball player, what happens is that you kind of transcend, I guess, the mundane, everyday person's life, right? You throw a party, people know who you are, and and when it's weekly, you come into contact with a lot of people.
Mhm.
So, and people like to talk about people that are successful,
Mhm.
right? Whether it's good or bad, your name will be in somebody's mouth, especially when it comes down to the weekend time.
Mhm.
You know, I've like, you know what? I'm not a cheater. I'm not a serial dater. If I date a woman, I date a woman. If I, and I'm very single, so I have nothing to gain from this. Like what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm very single right now. I'm not dating or seeing or talking to
Very
anybody.
single.
Yeah.
Very.
Mm.
Very.
So you have something to gain. So yeah, whatever.
Very single by choice, my ad.
Very
Okay.
single.
You can choose not to be single in a minute. Yeah, don't whatever.
Yeah.
I hear the promo. I hear the little ad. So go ahead. Okay.
I don't know. Kelsey, I think you need to put Loretta in the nose. Like, I don't have a problem meeting anybody.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Don't get me started.
Hmm.
Listen, you know what? I'm gonna stop right here because I actually have a friend beside me.
Oh.
Of the South American persuasion. He's So his name is
Okay.
Gus. He's a good friend of mine.
What's his name? Gus?
Gus, yeah.
Hey,
So
Gus.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him take over this while I escape out of this way and out of this.
No, you don't go
Mousetrap.
too far. You don't go.
So you guys shoot away and go at him.
Does Gus have something to add?
Well, hello, everyone.
Hi, Gus. You got to speak up a
Gus
little
sounds
louder.
suave.
What?
South American
Well,
flavor.
it's actually short. Gus is short for Gustavo, but
Gustavo.
Oh,
Gus is
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to hit me up on Instagram or something so I can see that. Since we're
See,
talking
that's-
social media,
That's what we're talking about, right? Social media and how instantaneously things can.
There we go. No
At your
time to
fingertips.
play. No time to waste. So are you on social media? Do you use it? Which ones do you use?
Of course. I'm an early adopter of all types of social media. So yeah, I was on Facebook when it first dropped, when I was first able to get on it, because I remember back then it was like invitation only type thing.
Okay.
I didn't even know
like
that.
through the schools and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram as well.
Mhm.
I'm in advertising, so
Oh.
that's the reason why. I use these as tools, right? Never got into Snapchat or anything, but I do have a Snapchat as well.
Still early. Okay.
It's still very early, kinda, and I mean
Yeah.
it's a generational thing too. Like Snapchat's a lot more popular with younger. But if you wanna, Instagram, my Instagram is Gusto.
Here
Go.
go. Gustavo was like, let me just get to it, people.
Let's
Link up.
Gusto. Let's look up.
Okay, I don't even want to do that right now because I don't want to be too distracted either way.
Gusto who?
I'm on social media as we speak. This is Connect, by the way.
Gusto. What's the other Gusto who?
Oh damn. Okay.
Gusto Ghost.
Ghost?
Yeah, Ghost. Yeah.
Okay. So now you said you use it. You're in market. Okay, calm down. So you're in. You're in advertising marketing. So do you use it only for business? Do you would I see you if I go on there? Am I gonna get to know you a little when I?
Oh, you'll definitely get to know me.
Oh.
It's definitely, for me, it's like a snapshot. Especially Instagram is pretty much a snapshot of my life. It's very. I mean, I post some work things here and there. I mean, it's very an eclectic mix of images and of me, and that's actually just the type of person I am. Like I do a myriad of things. I also do photography. I'm an illustrator as well.
Oh, right. Nice. You gotta really talk. Okay.
Yeah, I used to DJ back in the day. I still do it as a hobby, more scratching.
I'm gonna interject. It just comes down to this. Gus is just anything artistic.
Yeah.
I see that.
That's just Gus. He's just into anything that's artistic, and he expresses himself through art.
And you can see that.
Film,
and that's
web.
the amazing thing about social media. Like you can actually, right now, Loretta's looking, and everything you're speaking about yourself is matching the visual, what she's seeing. And I think that's kind of that's amazing.
and I'm also into food as well, like anything.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
see
love to
that.
eat. I love great food. I love
Do you cook?
experiences
Do
too.
you
Yes,
cook, Gus?
yes, I do.
Oh, okay. That's
I cook too.
I
okay.
see some
Check, check, check.
fried
Damn.
plantain over
Oh,
here.
all right.
Yeah. I make a lot of stuff too, and that's another thing too. Some things I post that are my creations, things I make, just to
Mm.
share, and then or if it's like somewhere that was great that I went to, and that's another thing too is now I try to be more selective of what I post, because it's like you'll notice. Well, now it's a little different because they've updated Instagram. So
I
before you
can't
could see
stand
like
that.
this
Nobody
was a
sees
week
me
ago,
anymore.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know. But
Like
yeah,
they're
but as I've been using it, I've kind of been posting less and less, and it's more about
mm,
quality now for me, or
mm.
just
Uh-huh.
or just events, things that just happen, right? And yeah,
But you go
but
through phases, like you'll post a bunch of things about a certain things, and then you switch it up. Like every so often, it shows that you
yeah,
switch your style.
Okay, you telling the man by himself
yes.
now. Wow. Okay, you see what social media does?
But
She
you see,
read you.
but
She
that's
didn't
how
judge
people
you. She
reach
just like
people.
summed you up. Like
But
she just tell.
it does. But he's transparent, right? Like
Oh,
to an extent. Like he's
Yeah,
on his social media,
yeah.
he's
but that's what
transparent.
he lets you see. There's another side to Gus, I'm sure. Gus, you speak
Yeah.
Spanish?
Yes, I am.
Oh, give me a little. Let me see.
I'm from Chile. I'm from Chile.
Chile. Oh,
Oh,
Uh,
that's how we're supposed to say it?
yeah,
Don't
Chile.
say chili.
Not
Chili.
Chile. No, not
Ain't no
Chile.
Pepe.
It's Chile. It's Chile.
Chile. Okay, don't get it twisted. Okay,
Chile.
Yeah,
I like
I'll
that.
remember that.
yeah. But yeah, I was born in Chile, and came to Canada when I was 3 years old.
Do you go there a lot? Do you?
I haven't been in a while,
Okay. Well, I guess I would see
but
your cycle on your social media. I'll see.
yeah, exactly. That's right. But I recently had a cousin visit me from Chile,
Okay.
and it was about 3 months ago he left, but he was here for about 4 months. And you'll probably see him on my Instagram too. You see, that's the
So
thing.
okay.
I
So
can
let
be
me.
like, oh,
Oh, like so let me ask you this. Have you had any crazy incidents? Like, okay, so we know with all of them, with Facebook, Twitter, you can direct message, Instagram, the DM. We're gonna dedicate a show to what goes down in
Oh,
the DM because
yeah,
yeah.
let's
it
do that.
goes down in the
What
Yeah,
was
I
the
DM.
have something to
catchphrase
say
again?
about that DM.
No,
What
there's
was
a
the
song.
catch?
I don't. Which
Or
one?
go down in the DM, like the
Down.
Yeah.
song.
Down in the DM.
It
Yeah.
goes down in the DM. So have you had any crazy like stalkers messages, anything crazy that's happened on that
Yep.
has made you almost want to close your your Instagram down or anything?
See myself, no,
Mm.
because I guess I just don't attract that type of person.
Oh,
Uh, I guess, and I guess I don't know. I've never had that
okay.
type of happen to me. Um, I
Knock
mean,
on wood, yeah.
I can see that for females, of course.
Mhm.
No, but
Like,
it's happened to me.
as it, well, you're a different, like I
But I'm
said,
not.
it
You
happens
don't
to
attract
females.
that. It just happens.
So what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
What happened, Kinetic?
Right.
Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
what
I wanna hear.
happened?
Well,
Mhm.
what basically happened was I geothermed my location,
Mhm.
Oh.
and a random on Facebook, or it wasn't Facebook, it was on Instagram. This was when I first got into it. I didn't understand that, that you could actually pinpoint your direction, your location.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was, I guess this girl that was, I wouldn't say stalking, but following me,
Mm-hmm.
actually decided that she was going to meet me. I was on a date.
Ooh. Hold on. Hold up.
So she just showed up. She
Oh
just
my
showed
God.
up.
To the date.
Yeah, basically, you know what?
Threesome. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, whoa.
She invited herself to your location,
Yeah.
but she didn't know you were going on a date. She just knew where you were at.
Right.
No, but she
Wow.
Yeah,
really
basically, I took a
introduced
picture.
herself. She introduced it like,
Yeah,
hey.
she sat down. But the thing is, because you interact through people like stuff of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
She actually, I know I geothermed where I was, and she showed this location, and she actually showed up. And the sequence of how all went down was, girlfriend was in the bathroom, I was by myself. She sat down.
Oh,
And I'm looking at
shit.
this girl like, you look familiar, like, yo, like, you know, but she just sat down with like, hi. And I was like,
Wow.
and then, you know,
Crazy.
and it just got to the point where she was coming. Well, I said, well, I'm kind of out. Nice to
Yeah,
meet you,
that's
kind of
crazy. Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
See you on Instagram. Bye.
It
That's
was
crazy.
like, you know,
But you know what's
She's
funny? You
not
know what's
right in
funny?
her
Well, there's
head.
two things
That's
I have to
crazy.
say to that, which kind of crazy because you know that Kylie Jenner thing I posted.
Mm-hmm.
So she was
Oh, I've
out
seen that.
and it was innocent because it's a little girl, right? But the little girl rushed her and grabbed her arm like, "Yo, Kylie, I need to take a picture with you." Held her to the point where Kylie was like, "Yo, don't touch me." And
Mm-hmm.
she has all right to say that because, but it's crazy how people, when they see you and see you often enough, and like, you know, Kelsey is my name on Facebook since 2007, right? So I'll be out and just random, like people are like Kelsey, and you know, I respond to it, and then they just start speaking to you and speaking to you about things
like
that they've
they know you.
seen,
Yeah.
right? And you know,
Mm.
for in a lot of ways, some people I could place their face, I connect the name and the face. Some people I don't, and it's like it's just that moment though, and I know where it's coming from because that's where I'm KRC. But it's still kind of crazy that people think they, you know, and it's cool, but it's kind of crazy that they call you out, they step to you, they want to have a conversation, and you don't want to be rude, but at the same time, you're like, okay, you know, not so close or whatever. And, you know, and when it's a female, it's easier to deal with. It's been kind of weird on occasion because it's at night usually, you know, back in the day when I was promoting in the parties and guys and stuff like that. So lines were kind of crossed. And you so kind of just it's weird that social media, the beauty of it is it brings people together kind of sort of, but then that's the scary part is that people don't know that there's a line you don't cross. The other day I went out for my, well, when was it? A couple months ago I went out for my girl's birthday, and me, I hop on Periscope. So I'm like, okay, let me try this Periscope thing. And I'm like, okay, come out the car, walking up to, we went to Frings that night. I'm like, okay, here's Toronto. And it wasn't until later that night when I got a crazy private caller call that and then it reminded me of some stuff I had been dealing with that I was like, you can't be promoting where you are as
Mm.
like in the moment
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
because I went into this place, sat in there for about a good hour, hour and a half. That gave anybody in Toronto enough time to come down to Frings and sit outside and, you know, if they intended to do that. You know what I mean? So it's
This is good
kind of crazy.
advice.
Yeah, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's very important
Yeah.
um, to keep in
That's
mind. And it kind of sucks because I would like to do more of that, but I'm
yeah.
very aware that you're feeding everybody that information, not just the people that you want to share with. Like everybody and anybody can hop on and know that, and you don't know who's going to do what with it, right?
Well,
So,
For me,
it's funny you're saying that because it's like I have people that, especially on my Instagram, they've never, I can say all my social media. They've never liked any of my stuff.
oh,
I don't even know they follow me.
mm,
And
mhm.
then when you meet them, they're like talking all the like, oh yeah, I seen this and I saw. I'm like, you're a lurker. Like you lurk. Like, okay. Like
Right, at least
why?
say hi
I
one
know
time,
you.
like
Like I
it,
know
like
you,
right.
right? You
Mm,
know what I mean? It's like people that you know from the past or whatever, right? And
mm.
you're like, you don't have to be lurking, just hit me up.
no, but you'll
Like,
be surprised exactly what she's saying. How much people, like, you know, I'm just looking at, I have this app, and I'll put you all onto it later. I'm not going to promote it.
oh, I used to, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I have 518 ghost followers.
Yeah. Like
That means
what?
that
Oh,
they
nice.
regularly check in with me on a regular basis for every post. But I might
Mm-hmm.
get 30 posts a day. I might get 30 likes or 100 likes or 50 likes, whatever it may be. But there's 518 people that do not interact with me, period. That are
Right.
not, that, you know, that just pop onto your social
Lurk.
media. They're not following you. They lurk.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
And they remember
That's
your
crazy.
handle. Like they
yeah.
they they have
Hmm.
it memorized because
That's what I
they
say.
don't
They
follow
literally
you, but
log
they
on. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, you mean they don't follow, but they're
right.
always on.
But they
Yeah.
always, you know, that's what I'm saying. They're a ghost follower is somebody that always checks your stuff regularly, but they don't log on, they don't follow you. Or sorry, they
Yeah.
don't follow you, they don't like, they don't interact
Right.
whatsoever. But they actually follow your posts.
Right. And they remember your handle, so
Right.
That's some loser shit. I don't get it. Like, you know, no, you
yeah.
know.
Like, come on.
Like, I'm
I
gonna
believe
tell
that
you straight.
just
Like
get
me,
off
I'm
of it
not
if you're not
really
gonna
caught
be
up in the
involved.
numbers thing because I've always been about quality over
Mhm.
quantity, really. But
Yeah.
we know, especially promoting, okay, this show, I have my Instagram for Cake, and the more people that follow, the more people that like, the more exposure it gets. And of course, like I would like more people here. That brings me to another point I got to make real quick, and to have people interact with the show. So it will just make it better for everybody. But these people who hop on and follow, waiting to follow back. And sometimes like I don't go through my list and really do it. Like there's a time that I'll sit and I'll go through and I'll follow back because I don't have a problem and I don't care if I'm following more people than follow me. Like I really
Right,
don't.
yeah.
But I
Right.
tell you this ego, like the ego that is, like the likes and the followers is feeding the ego. And I'm like, how people feel better about themselves, you know, based on who likes is and who follows, and knowing that I have more than you. Like people who come on, they follow. I get Gus, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Do the marketing and advertising. And I guess it's to appeal. Like you're supposed to look like the bigger person if you got like 5,000 followers and
And
you
that
only
means
and you're
nothing.
only following 50 people. So that means you're the bigger
Yeah.
one. I'm
Not
like,
new.
really? Like,
And those people probably maybe they get less business. They don't get nothing from all those followers. Like, are all those followers making you money? Like, what do
Well,
you
that's the whole idea of social media is like, you know, part of it is you're supposed to get your followers to
engage.
somehow form of promote your company to make money out of it. That's why you
Yeah.
do that. Like,
Yeah.
or pardon me, that's why I originally started with, you know, social media. I didn't care about the interaction or anything of that nature. It was all about gathering people that you
For
all know, get them
exposure.
out of one place to get them into your clubs.
So
and your
even
events.
for me, like
Yeah.
even for me, business, like, or even when I was doing, promo on Facebook, the point is like, I don't want to just have the 5,000 friends. Like I want to interact with these people and I want to see
Yeah.
them there. And I want, that's the point. It's not just to have the numbers to pose or whatever. And even take it away from the business sense. There are people in their personal life, they don't use it for business. But the idea of having more followers than they follow, again, plays into their ego, like it and tells them they are more important because people want to look at them more than they want to look at others.
Right.
Yeah, watch me. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's Twitter
Right.
folks, right?
That, and those are not just kids. I'm not even talking.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
grown ass people that get caught up, and this is
Yeah.
one of the issues with social media, and that prompt people to even put fake things up, things that they don't own,
Right.
places they've never been, places they don't really live at, beds they don't make every day, and they want to put it up there as if this is my life, and it's like, not really.
But
I
it
know
gets better
somebody
though.
knows you, and that's
But it
not
gets
your
better.
life.
People buy
Mhm.
fake follows. They actually sickness where they
But that's
buy fake
obvious.
follows.
It's so obvious.
Right? When you see something like some people, you look and you see like, 50,000 followers or 30,000 followers, and you sit there and go, "Why? You're not that interesting."
True. But
They're showing vanity shots and things that I really don't care about, right? And I'm like, okay,
Exactly.
yeah, you got 50,000 followers because you're flipping your hair and doing a duck face.
I kind of believe that though, because there's a lot of very lonely people in the world, and this is the closest they'll get to it. This is the closest they'll get to all that, and it is kind of crazy to think that, but I think they are there, and people do want to see them flip and show a little this and show a little that. I was on a Periscope the other day, and the girl's out, right? So she's in a different country, and she follows me, so I followed her back, and I love the country, so I was looking at it. I was like, oh, let me see the scenery. And so she's on there, and then there's like, you see other people that are following that are part of the conversation, whatever. And then all I see is this man saying, he goes, tits, right? He types tits. And then I see this girl start lowering her phone, showing her tits. I was like, what the? I was like, what am I witnessing here? I felt like, oh no, I'm not supposed to be seeing it. I just hopped off because not that I'm like, I can't look at breasts, but I'm just saying, like, what is this being used for? And I thought, and you're really playing into this fool, like, is he sending you money or something? Like, I just thought, wow, I'm in the strip club, but on Periscope, there's girls out in the, I just left it. I just thought, I hope she's not listening, because she's going to know it's her.
Who cares?
I know, right?
She's wrong. That's messed up.
If she put it out there on Periscope, then she knows she put it out there. So
true.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's true. So listen, at this point, I want to invite some other people to join the conversation. This is brand new, so let's see how crazy this is. But you can, if you're viewing the show or listening in on vexradio.com, we should have it up there. If you scroll down, I'm putting our engineer on the spot, but you should be able to scroll down and see the link in the conversation box just below where you're actually listening, and it better be there soon. If it's not there now, it should be there soon. And that link, you can actually link in right to the to be a part of the show and tell us, I don't know, one of your crazy social media stories or how you use social media. I want to know, like, what is something you guys will never ever post, like something you're just not for on your social media. Let me start with Loretta. Like things that you don't post, like things that you definitely,
like my naked body parts, or half naked body parts.
Okay.
I think
no signs.
Okay, and gentlemen, I'm bringing Gus into this big time now. Okay, have you guys ever sent one of them D-pics? Let's be real, have you guys ever sent a D-pic? Listen, it's just us right here.
It's just us, right?
I want to know. No, honestly.
Don't even see, no even ask me no question. I'll tell you no lie.
Okay, like, no, let's.
That's the thing, though. People really, like, enjoy this thing. And it's, to me, that's, like, such a turnoff. Like, I think that's gross. Like, don't be sending me those pictures. Like, nobody wants to see that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to see it in picture form. Like, nah, I'm good.
Unless it's pretty.
It's not cute. It's never pretty.
I had a girl ask me once though for it.
Oh,
yeah.
And so?
That's regular.
And it was like, I was like,
you felt pressure.
I've never done that, you know. You know.
I think it's so tacky. Like, I think it's corny. Like, that's corny.
I would never do anything that will put me in a position that my future self will regret.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
you know.
But how are you gonna regret that? If it's good, then what's the problem?
Yeah.
Everybody's on your business.
At the same time, I just don't want my image to be out there like that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's certain.
But if your face isn't in it.
No, but it's still. But you know,
people recognize stuff. People recognize. Like, wait, that looks familiar.
That's all right. Nah, I'm good.
Oh Lord. Okay. No, this is crazy. Okay, so is this Forever? Do we have here? Yes. Hi. Okay, we can hear you. Welcome.
Thank you.
To the conversation.
Hello, guys.
See, this is perfect. You figured it out. I love that.
I've learned it. You learn something new every day.
What's that?
I said I'm learning. You learn something new every day.
There we go. So you've been listening to our conversation about social media. What do you use, and how do you use it? Like, what do you use it for?
Well, I think everybody's points were very relatable, and I agree with everything you guys have said. For me personally, I use social media for business, not personal. So one thing you'll never see me post are my family members or like personal relationships, boyfriends or exes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't speak to them. I don't speak about anything that involves that period. I
What
use
is your
it.
business? Sorry.
I
What
do
is?
PR, and
Okay.
also I do. I have a scarf line,
Mm-hmm. Mm, okay.
and it's called the Forever Blessed Knitted Collection. You
Okay.
guys can follow me on Instagram, number
Hey.
4, EVRBLESD, hashtag.
Okay.
Okay.
And little promo out there.
Right, there you
Part of
go.
what I
There you
do,
go.
right? Shout out. But yeah, like there's just a lot of people feel it's okay to post their life story, and to each their own. But I
Mhm.
just feel that there's certain things that don't need to be posted. Like I don't need to know that you cussed your man last night about A, B, C, D, or whatever have you. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? If it's something like you're getting married, congratulations, I'm happy for you. That's something to share. But otherwise, like you just won't catch me doing any of that.
So just the drama, the negativity, then you're saying
Yeah,
people should just learn to kind of hold back. So
yeah.
let me ask you this, like if have you ever commented, do you guys ever comment, or would you tell someone that you know straight up like maybe that's a little too much information, maybe you shouldn't be, or do you just kind of leave them to do their thing?
If it is if I have a relationship with them, I know them personally,
Mhm.
then I will tell them on a one-away, like, yo, you need to not do that. For example, it wasn't so much as it was just for example,
Mhm.
I know someone who the other day he's into social media and a little too comfortable with it to the point where he's putting like his full government name and all those things. Like
Ah.
Right.
Mhm.
I believe that the only time my government name should be used is for the government or a job, right?
True.
Aside
Yeah.
from that, all these apps and all these things, like they're all AKA something.
Mhm.
And he had the nerve to
Mm.
post his address on social media.
Oh
And I'm
no.
just like, and he had it on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Like he has shared account. And I'm just like, no, no, no. What are you doing? Like, crop it and take that stuff down. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I'm very private
Mhm.
generally, and I tend to give information on a need to know basis, much less to be all out there on social media.
True.
Bingo.
True. True.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Like I see some people posing in front of their car with their license plate or
Yeah,
their
look,
door
Mm-hmm.
number, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, mind you, I can't see the street, but then you have the right person following you, then they put pieces of information together. Maybe I'm paranoid, I don't know, but I think but like I said, I did slip up with the whole Franks thing that night. But let me ask you guys this. So you're in a social setting, whether you're at a party or someone's home, maybe at a dinner or something like that, and someone decides to whip out their phone and starts videotaping or taking pictures of where they're at, and you're in the background, you're getting caught. Have you ever said it to somebody like, nah, don't take a picture of me? Or if you feel like you caught it after the fact, would you ask them to delete it or not post that? Have you ever been in that situation, or would you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, definitely. This is Connect speaking. I haven't really posted what it is as I said to begin with. The camera's always on. That's just how I conduct myself. Period.
Hmm.
Mic is always on. The camera's always on. So you'll never catch me doing anything that I'm not supposed to do or I'm not supposed to be on camera.
Mm.
Right? That's just a general rule. I don't limit myself in terms of. I just conduct myself in
But
a
see, I
respect.
think you are limiting yourself, and I could not live like that, having to monitor everything I say or do, especially in like a private setting. Like I feel like, why should I change, or why should I not, say what I want to say, or kind of, if I want to illustrate something by doing a little pose or something, why shouldn't I be able to do that? Like I think the person holding the camera, and I'm talking about social settings. I'm not talking about on the street, because anywhere you go on the street, you're on camera and they post their little disclaimers and stuff like that, right? But I've even been public. Let me give you this one. I've been in a public place and I saw this guy sitting and he had his camera, his phone tilted up, and I was standing in front of him. And it was there, it just looked awkward. Like you don't usually have your camera. So I said, don't point that at me. Don't point your phone at me. And he's like, what? Um, I'm not doing anything with it or whatever he said. And he kind of gave himself away because I was like, I didn't even accuse you. I just said, don't point it at me. This total stranger. And he's like, why? And then kind of making it look like I'm crazy. And for a second there, I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, like you really said that, Kara? Like, but it was so awkward. If he was standing and I was sitting, I would, I could take that a little more, but it was the reverse. And I told him, don't point that camera at me. And I felt
Violated?
yeah, but I felt empowered. Like I felt like I could tell him that, like, I don't care whether you have a camera on or not. Don't point it in my direction. Don't make me feel like you might be videotaping me or taking my picture. The other day I was at the spa and I'm sitting up in the corner getting my feet done, and I see this man getting whatever he was getting done at the other end. This high-end spa, so I had to, I was behaving myself and everything. And I see this man up the camera pointing around, and it's a small enough room. And I looked, and as soon as I look now, he stopped and then he said to his esthetician, oh yeah, I'm just taking video for back home, they want to see. I was like, no, why were you pointing it at me? But in that scenario, I didn't. It was, like I said, a high-end place, and it was just the four of us, and I felt like I couldn't really, what was I going to do, walk over there with my wet feet and say, yo, don't, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't. But at the same time, I feel like maybe that man just took video or a picture of me, and where's it going to be? Like, what is he going to do with it? It's kind of, I feel violated. But so if you're in a social setting, I've actually suggested to someone in their own home where they're entertaining to tell everybody to keep their phones down. Do not take phones out. Do not take photos, because not everybody is in for the photos and it being posted on Facebook or Instagram, because not everybody wants everybody to know where they are all the time. Am I wrong for that?
Well, I think it just comes out to maybe a little forward to tell somebody in their own home to tell people that, but at the same time, it's within your right. But you know what, that I just wanted to interject. We actually have to run now. I just wanted to take time and do that. I'm sorry to cut short.
For sure. No. I appreciate it. Okay, so you can text me Gus's info so we could follow back and all that good stuff.
Yeah, actually, I tagged you already on Instagram, so you can.
Oh, you did?
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
We're
well,
using
thanks
social
for
media, right?
There we go.
There we go.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for being here. For sure. And we'll do it again sometime.
Yes, Karen, I apologize. I have to run so short, but as I told you, I was in the middle of kind of a meeting, so I'm about to.
No, I totally appreciate it. And yeah, not like last week, the after party, right? 2 hours.
Right?
Crazy. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Okay,
Right,
good night.
Thank you so much.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Okay, bye. So it's just us ladies now. Okay, and I don't know, the link is there. If anybody else wanted to join us, you can just click that link. If you're on vexradio.com, just scroll down to the convo box below and you'll see the link, and that'll take you into the chat. I also want to remind people that vexradio.com plays the best in hip hop and R&B 24/7, so you can stream. You could listen wherever you're at on any device, and you can request music if you want, and you can also send a shout out there. You can shout me out or shout anyone out anywhere in the world. The phone number to do that, it is a toll-free number if you're in Canada or the US. The number is 1-877-469-3016. And yeah, you'll be prompted to choose option 1 if you want to send a shout out, or option 2 if you want to request some music. So vexradio.com. And if you are on Twitter, or if you want to tweet about this conversation, or on Instagram, Facebook, just use the hashtag CakeWithCareC, all one word, obviously. And one other thing I wanted to mention is this show is rebroadcasted on vexradio.com at 9 p.m. on Saturdays. So if you missed some of it here or you just want to listen back, and it is available as a podcast. So check the site and you'll see everywhere that this is available. I know, Loretta, we got to wrap up with you too. So I guess we'll just give our final
Thoughts?
opinion on the whole. Yeah, or any advice. Like I think that
Yeah.
would be kind of good too, or final thoughts on using social media and I don't know, things to stay away from, things to actually maybe do or not do. Are you private, by the way, Forever? I'm calling you Forever.
Forever blessed. Forever
Forever
blessed.
blessed. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not private. My page is open, and I have it open because I'm not afraid of sharing what I have.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I think when it comes to social media, if you don't mind people stealing certain pictures or seeing certain things or won't have regrets of things that you're going to post, then by all means post it. If you have to think about it, then you probably shouldn't post it.
That's, yeah. And you know what? I learned that very early on Facebook was I see something, I may want to react, but I've given myself that time to just like digest it, probably think about it twice. Like I used to be more like triggered, like you see it and then you just comment. Because once things are out there, or me just wanting to post something like my status update, but I think taking that time to think about it, because once it's there, you can delete it, but like we were saying earlier, you can't erase it from people's minds. So if it's something you're going to put out there, just know that there might be a few people that it's already been captured. People post pictures and take it down. Well, guess what? People can save your image. They can take screenshots. You don't know what people are going to do with things. So if you, like you said, have any doubt or if you're second guessing it, then just hold off. And then if it's in you to do it, then go ahead and just post away. But just know that whatever you put out there, it's out there, delete or not, it's out there. Loretta?
Yeah. Okay. I sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, what I want to add.
Speak up a little, please.
Oh, can you? Oh, wait. I think
Now I
this
can
thing
hear
is
you.
in my
Yeah.
scarf. Okay.
No, now
Can you
you're
hear me
good.
now?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good. You're good.
So, I would say at times I'm a bit of a radical person. I could be a little bit radical with my views and my thoughts, and I sometimes say things that people are thinking, and some people that are real private, they get like kind of blown away by what I say sometimes. Like, oh wow, like really? I'm like, yeah, it's the truth. Like, I'm just talking the truth. And like I like to talk, like I'm in the beauty industry, but I also I'm very political as well, right? So, and I'm very much of a socialist. Like I like social issues with people, and, like real talk,
Yeah.
like not the fluffy stuff to make it look good. Like, and it's not about telling all your business. It's about for me, I look at it differently. I think of it as being real, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like somebody would say, what are the keys to success? How did you make it in your business? And it's like, well, hard work. It always pays off. No. No, that it's not just hard work. Like I'm more like, okay, so I thought about this idea. I wrote it down. And then I executed it, and then I spent many countless nights researching more information, and I got a loan from my parents, not from the bank because my credit was bad, or like, like let's get real like that. Like
Real
that's
talk,
how I
yeah.
am, because people can't relate to that fluffy stuff. Like that's what I think,
What you
right?
call it. Yeah.
So sometimes like I'll post some stuff on my Facebook, and I have like a friend in particular that whenever he sees what I post, and he's Mr. Private, but he's on social media, but he's private. And he'll call me and be like, Loretta, like you got to take that down.
Right,
You
right,
can't say those things. Like,
right.
just keep it with your business. Like,
Yeah.
why are you saying that stuff? I'm like, well, stop looking at it then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have a problem,
True.
why don't you unfollow me?
That's
Like,
what I was
I
about to
don't
say.
mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not me. I'm not you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, and then like the other day he said it again, and I got like, I don't normally get mad, but I got upset. I was just like, just you're annoying me now. Like,
Block? No.
don't. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't block him, but
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
just leave me because I'm speaking to my audience. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And speak
and
in your mind. And that's the thing. I think we got to mix it up. Like everybody is not going to be a DJ Khaled on Snapchat. You know what I mean?
no.
Who walks through his estate every day showing us the same thing over and over. But for some people, it works. For him, he can do that. He wants to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Another celeb though that blows my mind, Tyrese. Like I love Tyrese, yeah, but he kind of comes off a little creepy sometimes on his Instagram. Like he seems like pissed, like he's demanding us to hit his link, demanding us to. I'm like, hold up, Tyrese. No, no, no. You don't tell me with that tone of voice what to do and how to do it. You know what I mean? But sometimes I think this man, and I'm like, okay, I think you're sleep deprived because you're up all hours of the night posting these videos, repeating yourself. It's kind of crazy. And then you got the Chris Brown on the other side. He just lashes out and says everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the
people
same time,
like that.
I love it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's him, and that's what, and he has a right to do that. And
Right.
honestly, he's not working for anybody technically. He's already been through some shit that
Right.
has affected his career and the direction it was going to take.
Right.
Yeah. So he's at a point where he's earned that right. He's given enough. You know, his privacy has none.
Yeah.
So he's earned the right to now, okay, if it's not private, you're going to get everything. You can't just pick what part of Chris Brown you're going to get. You're going to get it all. And if
Right.
you don't like it, unfollow.
Follow, exactly.
Don't check for him.
That's his
it.
audience. His audience
Right.
likes that. Like
Exactly.
I follow this girl on
Mhm.
on Snapchat. Like I follow her on Instagram and Snapchat.
Mhm.
She's a very ratchet. Her mouth is very filthy.
Yeah.
Every other word is a cuss word.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't speak like that, but
Yeah.
I find her hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know what? I look deeper than her words. Like I'll show some of my friends her
Mhm.
thing, and they're like, "Oh my God!" Like they're so conservative. Oh my
Right.
God,
Yeah.
that just sounds really bad. Like,
Yeah.
why is she swearing so much?
Right.
It's like, you know what? Can't you look past people?
Yeah.
Look past the swearing, right?
Mhm.
And listen
And
to what she's
here,
really
yeah,
saying,
really listen to the point.
right?
Yeah.
Like I think people judge people like so much. Like, and
Like
I don't judge. Like I try to keep an open mind about people like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like, they're afraid of people judging them or whatever. And it's like, if you come off like that, that's what you're gonna get. You know.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know, but everybody's
I
different.
admit. What's that?
Sorry.
It's also a part of branding yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
think when it comes to social media, whatever you post is a part of your brand, regardless if you're
Yeah.
in an actual business or not.
Mhm.
Right.
Branding
Right.
yourself with the different posts that you have,
Mhm.
and you just have to be selective about it. And I think
Yeah.
part of us liking people who are so out there
Mhm.
is because of the fact that based on our brand, we
Mhm.
can't really be so out there.
Yeah.
And I know for me, like I try to balance it,
Mhm.
but I also social media for me is a reflection of me, but it's not all of me. If that
Right.
makes
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you just have to know when. And there's certain things that I personally wouldn't post based on the fact that it doesn't represent my brand, but that doesn't mean that
Right.
You're
Yeah.
breaking up. You're breaking up a bit. Yeah, totally. No, and you're right when you said that, like other people that can put it out there. Now, I have other things that I consider as well. For instance, anyone that I work with or have any type of professional relationship with, I don't mix my personal social media with that. And I tell them straight up. They're like, "Oh, there's this guy I used to work with, and he always wanted to." He's like, "Yeah, add me on Facebook." I'm like, Like,
Mhm.
and I'm very straight up. I don't even dance around. I'm like, no, because what I want to express there might not fit our professional relationship.
Mhm,
Not that
mhm,
I'm a totally different person, but there are things that, you know, and back in the day, you think of like, shoot, if you call in sick and then you
mhm.
for the weekend, you're like,
Niagara Falls.
you're like, uh-oh, can't do that, right? But no, but not really. I never did that actually. No, I don't know. I never. No, I because I believe in. I'm one of these people that always think that if you lie and take a trip, like that's when
Something's
something's
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen. Your job's gonna know. Oh, really? You're in the hospital in Cuba, eh? Like, you know what I mean? But it's for me. That's one part of it. I'm a mother. I have a child, and some of the things that I see people who have children posting,
Mm,
and knowing that sometimes they're little friends, like things leak,
right.
and
Yes.
you don't know who knows who, and it ends up coming out. And I just so you're also there's a chance that someone, you know, your child's teacher or a coach, swimming, you know, whatever might catch a glimpse of you carrying on a certain way. And I mean, I'm not saying that you should not be yourself, but if you have these things to consider, I think you should consider them. And you
Mhm.
should know that just because you put it on your personal Facebook or Instagram and it's private and you only have like 20 followers and you just feel like it's right there. No.
No, people be
Things
like, "Hey, look at what she put up."
right, and it travels, and I get it. I get tagged in things, or I get screenshots of things sometimes from different people, and it's like, wow, you
Mhm.
know, um for about people I don't follow and things like that. So that's just how it goes, and I think people need to consider that it's just like whatever you say, you know, you tell a secret, you're confiding in someone, and yo, don't tell anybody. Well, just know that anything you say might come out. There's pillow talk. There's all kind of ways that things get leaked. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, people need to be a little more aware of the fact that nothing's truly private. You could private all you want on social media. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's true.
But
It's
yeah,
true.
like for me, one of my little I don't follow her, and I because I don't maybe I just like I'll just take these people in doses like when I want to, and if I stumble upon them, or usually it's someone else liking it and it shows up in the news feed. But Cardi B, like she kills me.
Mhm.
She is one that her look, her language, sometimes it's how she says it, like, but that's partly who she is. It's how she's
Mhm.
branding herself. She's just real,
And some
straight
of
talk,
the
and I
stuff she says
love.
is true.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
it's like,
true,
oh, yeah.
so she'll make me laugh, but then some of the and she even her she talks about having all the followers, and she's like, yo, just humble yourself still at the same time, because if your shit was to get deleted, your Instagram, like, and you lost all these followers, are you gone? Is this like your life is, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's real, and it's but at the same time, for these people that do have all the followers and they can capitalize on it and just, you know, make money or whatever they do, live a pretty life with it. Hey, knock yourself out. Like, who am I to judge? But I don't know. I just think people need to. I don't know. Just know that
And
you got to have. And for me, I think I asked you the question about what I wouldn't post, and I think most of it we've already said, and I agree with you guys. But I think for me, I think everyone should have just something that's sacred, like just a part of you that's still just yours. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
And whatever that is, I think um, having that, because sometimes you do need to step away from this, and you have to have people that maybe aren't online. And I have friends that are not online, and I love it. And so when we speak, we just speak about real life. It's not about, oh, did you see that post, or did you see
Mm-mm.
this? And they don't communicate with me via tagging me and stuff. Like they actually, you know, call me or whatever. And we just talk about real things. And the next thing I had to say is my man cannot be on the gram. Like I'm not. Mm-mm. No. that's another big thing. But that's another topic. That we'll
Right.
discuss that when we get to the dating.
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
dating do's and don'ts. We'll do a show about that because there's too much temptation, and men are very visual.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Twitter, you could get by with the Twitter, but I don't know, the Instagram, there's too much, too much. But we'll get into that another
Oh,
time.
we will, because down in the DM.
Right? Oh, that one.
I
Oh,
have some serious stories about that. It's just
oh,
like people are
okay.
crazy.
We'll see. We'll see. But thank you, ladies, for
sure.
chatting today. And like
Thank
I said, anybody who's just logging on or whatever and you missed it, this does repeat every Saturday on vexradio.com at 9:00 p.m. And it's also available as a podcast, so you can check it on iTunes, Stitcher. There's a bunch of them, and SoundCloud. Yeah, just check for Vex Radio or Cake with Care C. Google that, and you'll see us pop up everywhere. And yeah, I gave all the other information. Just go to vexradio.com to check it. Ladies, you want to give your Instagram or Twitter or Facebook out again just before we leave?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So mine is Forever Blessed.
Yes.
And that is number 4, EVRBLESD.
Okay. And we're going to try to post that on the site or maybe on my Instagram too. You can check my Instagram, Cake with Care C, and I'll post up everyone that was a part of this conversation. And Loretta, we have you. How can people find you?
Okay, so I'm a hairstylist, and
Yeah, you didn't.
I'm a virgin hair supplier. So I do sell virgin hair online. My company's name is Black Box, BLAQBOXX. That's my Instagram handle, and blackbox.com is where you can book an appointment with me, see my work, and purchase my hair and scalp oil, an organic scalp oil that I make myself.
Which I love, and the smell.
Thank you.
No, I love it. I love it. That's the best stuff. No, I use it. My daughter, she loves it. She has it in her room all the time. But yeah. Well, you did
Thanks,
officially
that's
give it.
awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so check for that.
So
yeah.
that's my business, and then my personal one is Miss Loretta. That's what everybody calls me, so I decided to name my page that. But it's one S, MIS Loretta, LORETTA. Yeah,
Okay.
and all my pages are open.
Oh, they're all open? Miss Loretta's open?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay, Miss Loretta, shoot. All right, well, Cake with Care C, that's me, and we'll be back next Tuesday, same time, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, let's link up on social media. I am on Facebook as well, Twitter, and I'll follow back. Yeah, I'll let you know what we're going to get into next week. So again, thank you, ladies, for being here, and hopefully you'll be back and we can get into some other stuff.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.